I'm Percy Dove Tonsils. William of Orange was born on this date in 1650. English poets almost pulled a muscle trying to rhyme his name. The best they could come up with was Door-Hinge. On this date in 1832, Charles Carroll, the last surviving signer of the Declaration of Independence, died at age 95. The British had placed a curse on the colonists who signed the Declaration and said that one day, they'd all die. Sure enough, 56 years later, they were right. Also, in 1832, the very first horse-drawn trolley cars appeared in New York City. Everyone was excited to see it, except for those walking behind it. People were amazed, who knew horses could draw. It was only a short time until there was graffiti on the horses. They had even smoother sailing when they stopped feeding the horse a bean-focused diet. The next day, the streetcar had been hijacked, and the horse was found up on blocks. On this date in 1851, Herman Melville's novel Moby Dick was first published. Critics called it a whale of a tale because that joke was new back then. Is it one thing to be a great white whale but also an author? How do you type with those fins? Many were surprised that a great white whale could even write. On this date, in 1896, the power plant at Niagara Falls was turned on. It is very handy for those honeymoon couples suffering a power outage. In 1900, Watertown, New York, was paralyzed by 45 inches of snow in 24 hours. It was so bad Frosty the Snowman crashed a Weight Watchers meeting that night. The shoveling occurred in real time. So the drifts were so deep people had to dig down 20 feet to clean their chimneys. On this date in 1910, the first airplane flight from the deck of a ship was made. It was a short flight to the ocean, but it flew. Shortly after takeoff, the pilot uttered those immortal words, "Boy, I'll never land on one of those again." In 1968, Yale University went co-ed. Until then, women weren't allowed in the school, only in the dorms. Today is National Seatbelt Day, National Family PJ Day, World Diabetes Day, National Spicy Guacamole Day, and National Pickle Day. Chip Gaines of Fixer Upper turns 49 today. He plans to celebrate by smashing a few walls. Actor Josh Duhamel turns 51 today. I've always had trouble pronouncing his name. It's Josh, right? He is best known for his role as Fergie's ex-husband. Joseph Simmons turns 59 today. He was the Run and Run DMC. Today, if the group got together, they'd have to be called Brisk Walk DMC. Patrick Warburton turns 59 today. From Seinfeld to The Tick, the guy has done some funny stuff. The famous pianist Yanni turns 69 today. I believe his last name is Carson. He has just one request for his birthday: for goodness sake, no more crystals. Condoleezza Rice, which I had for dinner last night, turns 69 today. King Charles III turns 75 today. Of course, everyone spends much more time on the throne at that age. As a special treat, his wife, Camilla Parker Bowles, will take that sexy nightgown in her drawer and leave it there. Wendy Carlos turns 84 today. The synthetic keyboardist started as Walter Carlos when he first did Switched on Bach. Then, he switched himself. And finally, Columbia University did a study and found that keeping secrets is good for you. I've got more details, but I won't tell you. With exciting facts to clutter your mind, I'm Percy Dove Tonsils, for KDAZ, Digital Broadcasting. And thanks for listening.